Day 9 of our Victoria trip was our shortest ride day yet. However, the quality of the roads was up there with the best. It was also meant to be a bit of a surprise route, so we headed off from Healesville, where we were staying, straight up one of Tony's favourite roads, Myers Creek Road. Myers Creek Road would probably be one of the best, lesser known roads that you can possibly ride. Great scenery, ferns everywhere, non-stop twisties. Very, very little traffic. We rode it the day before as well, no one on it, so that's great. Just one of the fabulous roads. But it was a cold morning. We headed up the mountain. The road climbs the fringes of Mount St Leonard, heading up towards the Healesville-Kinglake Rd junction. As we neared the top, we turned left on Healesville-Kinglake Rd and headed down towards Healesville via Chum Creek. It was foggy on the high points and the road was a little wet, but this didn't last for very long. We knew it was just on the top of the mountain. It's another great road, another twisty road. It's better to be riding up, but the choice in the morning was to go up Myers Creek Road or up this particular road, and I chose Myers Creek, which is a better road for sure. And the idea was that we were just up and down the mountain, back to the Beechworth Bakery at Healesville for a coffee and a chat about the day's ride. We think the Healesville Marysville area is one of the perfect places to stay, and particularly for a few nights, because there's so many great rides you can do out to Walhalla, Thompson Dam, down to Merbau. There's just great roads everywhere around you, and we've chosen this time to head down the Buttermans track and then up the Heidelberg-Kinglake Rd for some more twisties. As good as the Heidelberg-Kinglake Rd is, with perfect surface, lovely twisties, it's just a beautiful road, but it's not high on my list of favourites because it always has traffic and very slow moving traffic. So then it was across the top, the Healesville-Kinglake Rd, down to Healesville on the magnificent Myers Creek Road, and then up the Black Spur. Scenically and technically, the Black Spur is up there with the best roads you can possibly ride. But if you're not there early, you're gonna have plenty of traffic. And you know, we cruised along and there was plenty of traffic heading up the mountain. We then made our way through Marysville, our destination for the night, and continued along on Marysville Woods Point Road. I say this a lot, but the area is truly a mecca for motorcycle riding, and this is another fantastic road. It's got everything from twisties, sweepers, it's up a mountain, it's just a fabulous surface. It's one of my favourites as well, but I've got hundreds of favourites. This is another one of them. As we continued riding up the mountain sweepers, we were getting deeper and deeper into the fog. We've got a compulsory turn off about 10 kilometres past Marysville, and that's the Lake Mountain Road up to the Lake Mountain Resort. Now, Lake Mountain Road is another 10 kilometre ride up to the top of the Lake Mountain Resort, and it's another great road, twisty, great surface, lovely scenery again. But as you get higher and higher up towards the clouds, it was also getting foggier and foggier. That was okay, you sort of expect it on a day like today.
Just let me know if you wanna go.
Lake Mountain isn't a ski field as such. In the winter, it's like used for cross-country skiing. And in the other seasons, it's mountain biking and hiking. The Lake Mountain ride is another out and back ride. The road doesn't go any further. But one of the great things about this particular ride was the cafe up top was open, and we had a lovely coffee and banana bread. It was a nice stop just to warm you up a bit inside as well. After heading back down Lake Mountain, we continued along the Marysville Woods Point Road and down the Reefton Spur, one of the greatest roads anywhere, down to Warburton, and that's a nice ride down the Warburton section as well. We fueled up at Warburton and just turned around and headed straight back up the Reefton Spur. And this is the footage of heading back up the Reefton Spur. It's otherwise known as the Warburton Woods Point Road. The beauty of this ride, although it's a short one, was that we were actually riding each of the top roads in both directions. So heading up the Reefton Spur was just a bonus, the best way to ride it actually. So it was a special day today, and that's why it was actually a short day's riding, staying at the Kerami Manor, and we were aiming at getting there around check-in time, 2 o'clock, so that we could spend the time at the luxurious place where we were just looking so forward to staying at. It's a bit over 20 kilometres from Warburton to the start of the spur, and then another 20 odd kilometres from that point up to the top T intersection, where you can either go left to Marysville or right to Woods Point. The thing about the Reefton Spur is the twisties just keep coming. They're not too tight, they're basically slower sweepers, but they just keep going on, and that's just absolutely fantastic. And occasionally you're riding towards the edge of the cliff, and that just adds to the adventure. But again, beautiful scenery around, great surface, well line marked, and look, when it's really windy you can get a lot of debris on the road, so it's not a road that you'll actually want to ride after a storm or heavy winds. If you're staying in Marysville, don't forget to just take a quick couple of kilometre ride up to Stevenson Falls. We did pop up for a bit of sightseeing, and it's always a great place to stop, and it was pretty busy too. We're nearing the top of the Reefton Spur now, and you get to this intersection where right to Woods Point and left to Marysville. So back onto the Marysville Woods Point Road. It's actually not a very nice looking corner, this one. A bit of hooning taking place, a bit of rubber left on the road. But yeah, heading back down now, and we stop off at this beautiful lookout where the sky opened up, called Nickel Lookout. And then from there, down the road to the Kerami Manor at Marysville, where we were staying for the night. Just a special night with a bit of luxury. The ride mapped for a bit over a half day's riding, and it's a totally sealed ride for the day, and totally recommended.